So now we have seen the implementation of queues, right? Now what we would like to do is we would like to do kind of like a very famous interview question, right? So a lot of time people might ask you this thing. Let me just do it. They might ask you to implement stacks using queues, or they might ask you to implement queues using stacks. Okay. These two are like quite famous questions: stack using queues, queues using stack, right? And in this question, in any of these two questions, we do not need a highly efficient solution. Okay. So technically, if you see the basic implementation of stacks and queues, then for stacks, the push operation and the pop operation works in order of one. Whereas for queues, the NQ and DQ works in order of one. But here, we do not need to maintain order of one complexity. We do not need to maintain order of one complexity. Right? That's the best part about this question. So we are going to talk about both of the things, stack using queues and queues using stacks. So first of all, let's talk about queues using stacks. Okay. If you talk about queues using stacks, now even for queues using stacks, first of all, first thing that I said, you don't need a performant or a efficient solution. You do not need to maintain order of one complexity. Now, when you're
So, before moving forward in the video, if you are somebody who wants to learn the concept of AI engineering and actually make a career in the same field, then you are actually at the right place. Algocamp has launched its first AI engineering cohort in which you will be able to learn state of the art patterns on how to make these real world production grade ready AI applications. You will learn all the concepts from beginner to advanced, starting from basics of LLMs, understanding GPT's API, or let's say Claude's API, how you can actually set up RAGs in production, how you can make your own AI agents with a lot of interesting projects as well. You will be making projects including making your own code reviewing agent, making your own RAG pipeline which will be able to handle long running tasks as well, and whatnot. I list all of the projects here and you can pause the video and check out all of them. This particular cohort will also help you understand behind the scenes of an LLM so that you can understand how the LLM actually works, the neural network architecture, the transformers architecture, what was actually running before LLMs like RNNs and LSTMs. All of these concepts of deep learning also we will be actually covering. This particular cohort has been actually made sure that if you are somebody who knows nothing about AI engineering and wants to start your career in AI engineering, you will be able to actually do that. We will provide all of the required fundamentals including Python, basics of Python, fast API, Docker, Git, GitHub, and everything which will help you to start your learning as fast as possible. If you are somebody who is actually looking for a more structured way to learn AI engineering with people who are actually building these products in production, do check out the link in the description section below, and don't forget to use this particular coupon code to get massive discount on the price. So let's get back to the video.
When you're implementing queues using stack, there can be two variations to this problem. And similar two variation will exist for stack using queues also. What's the first variation? The first variation of queues using stack is NQ efficient variation. And the second variation is a DQ efficient variation. Now the problem with this question around queues using stacks or stacks using queues is that you cannot maintain both insertion and deletion operation efficient at the same time. You can make one operation efficient, but you need to make the other operation inefficient. This is the constraint with this problem. You will see, you will realize it yourself. Let's talk about the first variation, NQ efficient. Okay. Let's talk about NQ efficient. So now we want to implement queues using stacks NQ efficient. Now what is a queue? Queue supports first in, first out. Stack supports last in, first out. Right? This is a problem. Now let's say if you want to maintain a queue using a stack, and let's say you get an operation NQ10, NQ20, NQ30. So what do we mean when I say queue using stack? When we say queue using stack, that means internally the things that you are managing with linked list or arrays, now you have to manage with stacks. Now tell me one thing. If you have to store data in stacks, let's say this is an internal stack. If you want to store data inside a stack, then technically what we can say is that if you want to make this NQ operation efficient, NQ operation efficient means the insertion should be efficient. If you want to make the insertion efficient, then what's one way that you can store data inside stacks most efficiently? Just push. Like, just do push, right? Because the complexity of push is order of 1. Although we don't need to maintain it, but in the NQ efficient variation, we will maintain NQ operation efficient. DQ will suffer. Okay, let's see. So when somebody asks you to do NQ10, you technically do push 10. You technically do push 10. Okay. Then somebody asks you NQ20, you push 20. When somebody asks you to NQ30, you push 30. Right. Now you might feel, sir, okay, you are actually pushing things inside stacks, but the problem will start coming when somebody asks you to do a DQ. Now just think about it. I just said I just want NQ efficient, and Q is first in, first out. So in a queue, if you will do DQ, if you'll do a DQ, then which element should be removed? The element which was added the first should be removed first. 10 was added first, so 10 should be removed first. And that's what we are going to do. Inside the stack, we want to remove 10. And what is 10? 10 is the bottommost element, right? 10 is the bottommost element. So now you cannot just do directly a pop. For DQ, you cannot do a pop. Instead, you need to do removal at bottom. You need to do something like removal at bottom. Now, how can you do removal at bottom? We have previously seen implementations around insertion in a stack at the bottom, right? Insert at bottom. Now we have to do removal at bottom. So what you can do is, one by one, you can keep a temporary stack. Keep a temporary stack. And one by one, move all of the elements of the internal stack to the temporary stack. So first of all, you will move 30. Then you will move 20. And then you will move 10. You're going to keep on doing this movement till the time the internal stack is not empty. Once the internal stack is empty, then can you see the element that we wanted to DQ is now present at the top of the temporary stack. And why this happens? Because when you transfer data from one stack to other stack, the data reverses. So now the bottommost element is the topmost element. Now all you can do is temp.pop. So this element will be removed. Sorry, my bad. Let's decrease the size of the rubber. This element will be removed. Right, now 10 has been removed from your data set. Now what will you do? You will bring back all of the elements in the internal queue or in the internal stack. You bring 20 first because you removed the topmost element. Now topmost element is 30. You remove 30. And now you can see 10 has been removed. The time complexity of the DQ operation here is actually order of n, right? Time complexity of the DQ operation is order of n, right? So that's what is the meaning of NQ efficient variation. In the NQ efficient variation, you keep the NQ operation order of 1 because you just directly push into the stack without thinking about the consequences that if somebody will ask you to DQ, you might need to remove everything altogether. So you just keep on pushing. Once somebody asks you to DQ, then you remove all of the elements and maintain that in a temporary stack. Remove the topmost element of the temporary stack and then bring back everything in the internal stack. That's how in the NQ efficient variation, the time complexity of NQ is order of 1, and time complexity of DQ is order of n, right? Now let's talk about the other variation, that is the DQ efficient variation. The DQ efficient variation. Now in the DQ efficient variation, now you might be able to already think that we want the DQ to be as optimized as possible. If you want to keep the DQ as optimized as possible and you are implementing it using a internal stack, then what do you need to do? You need to keep the first element that was added at the top of the stack, because queue works like a first in first out. So the element which was added first needs to be removed first. And if you want to keep the removal operation efficient, you need to keep the element which is going to be removed at the top of the stack, because that's the only place where you can remove. So what we are going to do is, if somebody says NQ, right, NQ10, NQ20, NQ30, then in NQ, what we are going to do, we are going to do insert at bottom. Insert at bottom. Just think about it. When you do insert at bottom for 10, just 10 just directly gets added here. Now you do insert at bottom for 20. So if you want to insert 20, you will be inserting at the bottom. So if you want to insert at the bottom, you will maintain a temporary stack. You will bring all of the elements of the internal stack to the temporary stack. Then you will push the new element 20 in the internal stack. And then you will bring back everything. And you will bring back everything. Then let's say you say NQ30, then again the same thing will happen. You will remove 10 from here and move it to temp. You will remove 20 from here, move it to temp. Now you will push 30 inside the internal stack and then bring back all of the elements. 20 comes here, 10 comes here. Now the best part about this approach is that the element which was added first is now maintained at the top of the stack. So the moment you do DQ, you can actually do the pop operation on stack. The moment you do pop operation, 10 is removed. The moment you do pop operation, 20 is removed, and so on. Right? So technically here, because we are using stack pop operation, we are doing DQ in order of 1. And insert at bottom is getting used for NQ. So we are doing NQ in order of N. This is something that we can do in order to make queues using stack with a DQ efficient version. Now you already know how to do insert at bottom in a stack. And you already know how to do a pop in a stack. That's how you can implement queues using stacks.